Never mind.
He gets to keep the one in his zone.
I forgot about that.
It went to his
extra
extra
deck
deck.
for some reason.
Yeah, so he pops that. Probably searches a strike and sets 3 and probably summons an XYZ with a Joker in hand.
Oh, and by the way, this is just very fair.
Yeah,
this is completely
this
fair
is actually just,
for both players.
if you want to see how fair it is, just take a look at Gomi's face here on the right. If you have any questions about how fair this is.
What do we had, a 5-minute turn?
Probably searches a strike and
Search turtle. Why would you search turtle?
Oh,
and by the
that
way,
is
this is very fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably just search a Joker. Yeah. I was thinking he would just.
Yeah. Turtle's weird.
Yeah. I would just grab Monkey in case my scales do get cleared. You don't know if the Joker will resolve. All right. So
if you have any questions about how fair
3
this
again. Is that 3 Providence?
3 Providence, yeah.
So he can just negate any monster spell or stuff, right?
So he did strike, Providence, right?
I think that one was actually just 3 Providences.
Yeah, but in the second, he gave him strike, and then...
No, so I think the traps he has is Providence, Cursed Seal, and Quaking, which he probably won't activate this game.
Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't even have to worry about that.
Yeah, he just gets his Magispector now.
No, he doesn't have to play around Wavering Eyes with Cursed Seal or Forbidden Spell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
you just
true.
negate it.
True.
That goes taken care of. Thanks, Grant.
Do you guys have Ultimate Providence?
No.
Yeah, it refreshed itself because
I know he does.
Hopefully,
should be done.
Hopefully Mystical Ref Panel gets played because that's probably the best card you can side in the Monarch Mirror match.
Yeah, it's done.
What card? Mystical Ref Panel?
Yeah, besides maybe Light and Darkness Dragon.
Oh, I know he does because he
Light and Darkness Dragon. Where did you get that crazy idea, Joey?
I think I came up with myself.
Oh, that's really impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you. No, shout out to Scott Page for pretty much just giving me a Monarch list that was
And there's Armageddon.
as good as it could
Oh,
get.
so this
Unfortunately, you bricked.
as good as it'll get. As good
Not
as
good
it'll
enough.
get, right?
this is Dark Pendulums, not Mage and Palace.
Yeah, so here Gomi can... Oh, he didn't even use its effects. I wonder what he's trying to go for here.
Did you just want to make an exceed and attack over that thing?
Oh, he wants to make a Castel to force it because he's just going to try and spin the Arniod. Actually, I don't even know if they play Castel. I know they play Double Diamond Dire.
What did he?
Then that means there's no way they have room for that.
Did he activate Armageddon?
No, he didn't because he wants to force.
This is really weird.
No, this is a good play by Gomi because he pretty much forces the Providence because if he pops the Arniod...
Oh, then he has to pay all the costs and
Yep,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what he's going to do after this.
I don't think he likes his chances still.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what he can do after this.
Yeah, but you got to do what you can and maybe hope your opponent messes up. That's all there is to it. Yep, see? So, pretty good play here. I don't think most duelists would have seen it. Wasn't quite sure what he was doing until I saw it myself.
Yeah, if you end up having any issues with the stream, refresh your page because it means that the stream might have restarted due to the internet, so you'll just have to refresh your page and it'll refresh the stream for you. And yeah, use a high quality or medium.
Stop that, please.
Oh,
he has strike, right? Does he have strike?
No, he has Quaking and Cursed Seal.
Why is he playing Quaking Air Force?
Yeah, it kind of goes against the
old counter trap.
Well, not just the counter trap because it's pretty much like Oscar's deck kind of just.
They're never attacking you.
Yeah. Well, Oscar's deck pretty much revolves around building a board that hopefully your opponent can't break because if they do break it, while you do have the pendulum mechanic, you probably can't come back. But the Quaking kind of goes against it because that means they'll have cleared your board too. But maybe it's kind of like a. I'm sure it caught some people off.
He plays multiple?
Yeah, I think he just drew another Quaking, which was probably one of the worst cards in his deck. But he does play two, so there's always that possibility, I guess.
Johnny wants some badass cards for the 1K.
Oh, Johnny, I was going to enter the 1K, but my deck is really bad, so I chose not to.
Thanks.
My deck's pretty bad, so I didn't think it was consistent enough. I was like, I think I'm pressing my luck yesterday.
This is from last week.
This is what
last week. Thank you.
I think Johnny's playing the 1K with maybe a round one loss. Oh, just so you guys know, so ARG will do the 1K even if there's only 8 people or less.
Okay, how many people were in this 1K?
Looks around like 30 to 40, maybe a little less.
So in the chat, you're talking about the fact that Oscar Renderos gets to choose first for the rest of the tournament because ARG has the rule in place that the higher the seed, you get to pick first and second instead of leaving it to chance. The reason this rule, part of the reason this rule is in place, is because there's allowed intentional draws as well. So it encourages you to actually play your matches out. and it gives you more options as a competitor.
Besides the fact of also just doing better in Swiss typically.
Yeah, it rewards you. You know, there's no reward for going undefeated. You can go undefeated an entire Swiss and then just lose in the to the 64th seed in a top 64 tournament.
Yeah, I think the one gripe I have with that whole thing is that if you're 8th and 9th and then you're because I was actually 9th at Vegas and had to go first, so that's probably why I'm mentioning this. But yeah, just that's probably the worst part. 8th and 9th, everything else seems.
Who is Cam the man, Neil? He's the man.
Yeah, Cameron's a pretty good duelist.
So
actually.
Ignisti, the Sisti, hitting the board.
So
This guy's just basically playing in 30s, right?
Yeah, so he, well, it's a little more consistent because the pendulum mechanic is really broken.
Is it really?
I would assume so.
Oh wow, pendulum. It's good. The pendulum mechanic.
That's what my friends tell me. I don't use the extra deck personally.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Weird.
Weird. So he's just gonna want to spin the back row so we can just kill him.
And there's a spell, and that does nothing.
And then Gobi's like, yep, that goes. Yeah, we'll just put this in the graveyard real quick.
So he just can't use any more wavering eyes for the rest of his duel?
Honestly, I think with Oscar's opening, if Gomi could have chosen 6 cards in his deck, I don't know if it would have been enough still.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Because it's a counter trap. That's so funny.
It's crazy how it does restrict that too. No, you don't. Even if this duel somehow went on a lot further, he does not have to consider wavering eyes the rest of the game.
He's like, I hope you draw that actually.
Yeah, like draw your waverings, please. You want to side out wavering? No,
more deck
no, Sam.
No, you can keep him in.
You can keep him in.
Yeah. I'm just kind of. I would just be against that because if I was not intending on siding out wavering eyes and my opponent offered, that's a red flag that they have some cards in there that. 3 more cards to cipher the mirror match than I would.
Well, also, like, okay,
That's
if
a
you're
good
playing,
point, Joey. I'm glad you said that.
What was that?
That's a really good point. I'm actually glad you said that.
Yeah, because.
That's something to think about.
Yeah, because like maybe they put in like some cards that you normally wouldn't put in, like maybe like Thunder King going first,
Ooh,
strong,
jerks.
or Solemn Strike going first. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So, also they could just play. It also makes going second a lot worse because it's a lot harder to break their boards if you don't have a wavering eyes that can banish one of their XYZs.
the deck most eager to side out wavering is usually just the straight up pals.
Yeah.
Like they beg for it kind of, and like if you're playing Mage and Pals, I've seen a lot of Mage and Pals just say, sure, you have 3 damage jugglers. Like your opponent clearly is at the advantage by getting rid of this because it gives less advantage to the cards you already have in your deck.
It also just seems kind of awkward siding in 3 more.
Dono,
cards
you
that
spent
weren't
$12 on Pokemon Shuffle yesterday. You're dead to me.
expecting. Dono.
D.
It's your boy D
Nasty.
Nasty.
Gomi is mad. I don't think
Huh?
Gomi's tilted. I'm pretty sure he's just like.
Oh, Taylor has him.
He definitely probably accepted that this might happen when he sat down and played Oscar. Definitely within the realm of possibility.
Ignister, Magister, and Luster.
What'd you say? No. What? Why? What was
We
that?
can.
Oh, he says the synchros. I didn't hear anything.
I said synchro. I put these out and accidentally placed this because it was behind this, so I accidentally slipped it out, thinking I was putting this out.
Oh, so he did say synchro, or he didn't? Oh, so he should summon the synchro as well.
Yeah, if he verbally said it,
That's
it
just
should
yeah. So when you say something, actually, you actually verbally commit to it. That's happened to me at OYCS before for my.
Well, then I've
opponent.
gotten screwed before.
What it
Yeah,
looks
sorry
like,
about that.
it looks like they're doing the rulings.
It wasn't actually like a head judge type
First
of
of all,
thing.
does this matter?
I
Jonathan lost.
I don't know if I don't.
There's nothing he can do.
I don't know if Gomi would be going about this if it didn't matter because if anything, you would want him to summon Dynaster because it's not like you can Wavering Eyes him anyways. The Dynaster won't protect the scales because you can't activate Wavering Eyes.
Hey, turn on their player thing. No.
Yeah, maybe it's better if the audience doesn't hear this type of
Yeah.
dispute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe he is that
Screw
2
that, I don't hear it.
Dynasters? Yeah, that's a little weird.
He plays 2 dinos.
Yeah, I don't know where he gets
He
that
hates
extra die.
wavering eyes.
Yeah, especially like if anything, you could actually just justify not playing that card because of how many.
No. In
counter
his
traps
deck you
play.
can. In his deck you can. It always keeps your Ariadne alive in your zone. That's why.
Okay, that makes sense. 2 though.
2? Yeah. I don't know about all that.
I
Yeah,
mean, the man's been the one testing this deck, and he's the first one to.
If
really
anything,
go.
I think Ignister here
And
is
it
infinitely
looks-
more powerful.
Yeah,
Me too.
it looks like it's the one coming.
It's a very
out.
offensive card.
If anything, Ignister can just summon another one from the graveyard, from the deck, and then just make the fusion with whatever you bring out.
When they started this argument, wasn't the Draco in attack mode, or was that just me?
I think it was brought off of Ignister.
Oh, so they were talking about.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I would just assume.
Another thing that probably just won't matter.
Yeah, if
I think
anything,
he's just dead.
if anything, you would just want to summon Ignister here because you can just make the fusion with these two guys
he
right
has
here.
another Magister?
No way. No.
This guy needs to work on his extra deck abilities.
Wow.
No, look at it. It goes with his build.
This is really funny, actually.
And there is the game.
All right.
Appears.
Oh.
Save my spot.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
Watch my bag also, please, Scott. I'll put it right here.
Sure.
Thanks, Duelist.
Thanks, Duelist. All right, 1 minute. We'll be.
We're back. Game 1 decisively goes to Oscar Renderos with his Infernity deck.
Infernity. Oh, is Alpay in here? Alpay's in here. Hey. Alpay had a badass Lightsworn deck once.
How'd that go?
So at the start of the Zodiac tournament,
The Zodiac
Alpay,
tournament, of course.
Alpay didn't update his deck to Bosch, and he accidentally selected the wrong deck. And we have a rule that you can't, if it's disconnected, it's lose, because like people could just switch decks or whatever.
Oh, he just connected?
No. He's like, I loaded the wrong deck. ... So he had to play it.
Oh, ouch.
And he played Lightsworns against full power Pepe and won. Is Jonathan the one with the double Nova? Yes. Right? Jonathan plays double Nova?
Oh, yeah. We don't have time for Infinity over here. Huh? Oh, yeah. He does that going second for some reason. He did it yesterday, too. Yeah, I was not a fan of that. It's really good against established boards, right? Yeah, so Oscar Renderos, Joey's back.
Who drew that?
Hey guys, what's up?
Oscar Renderos did this yesterday. He was going second and was citing Chaos Trap Hole. Fan or no?
So the
Hot or not?
So the reason you pretty much don't want to do that is because even if you do,
not.
even if you do negate the sorcerer that the Joker that they inevitably will search, it isn't good because they still have a board, most likely.
You're staring down a few really good dual monsters.
Gomi is definitely favored here because counter traps aren't quite very good when you're going second. Traps in general aren't good when you're going second, unless it's something like
Traps aren't good in general, period. Monsters are so broken these days.
The only trap I think is good is the first Monarch, but it's actually kind of a monster.
You don't like Solemn Strike?
So the reason I don't like Solemn Strike is because people play around it even if they don't know you play it, because they just choose to go first in hopes of making your strikes dead going second.
Because the same way that you play around Wavering is kind of the way you play around Strike.
You
You're
just assume it's
back
there.
row.
Yeah, you just assume it's there.
like if it's a lone back row, it's...
Well, every backer is pretty much just getting popped by Diamond Direwolf anyways.
Its effect becomes Diamond Dire pop itself.
Yeah, exactly. Destroy one Diamond Direwolf on the field is what its effect becomes.
I do think, though, the thing about Oscar's traps is they're all free. They're all completely free, and then he gets more monsters back, and that's really the advantage. And he's built his deck around surviving, and now he gets first the entire time.
Yeah, that is... I can't overstate how
Jonathan
big a deal that
Gomez's
is.
shuffle is so weird.
Yeah, so I think him and everybody from that SoCal, NorCal group kind of does it. I think Barrett was the first one to do it, and now they just all do it.
What's the shuffle? The up-down?
Yeah, so they just take one card from the top and then one card from the bottom.
Well, it works.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start shuffling like that. Jeez.
Right?
And we see anti-magic arrows.
I just do the old shuffle and
Who
not
decided that?
And
Oscar.
When you attack, your opponent can't do stuff, right?
Oh, no, not anti-magic. My bad. Spell Shattering Arrow.
Okay,
so
there we go.
Jonathan, okay, so the reason you want to play Dracoff face-off first here before anything is because it dictates what you'll do the rest of the game. Well, rest of the turn, I should say. And just so you know, you usually just want to give your opponent Vector and not Luster because they'll just synchro with the Luster and then Pendulum summon it back out.
Oh, Pendulum.
Yeah, so you want him to give him the Vector to force him to overlay with it because you can't obviously synchro.
And we
with
see
it
the no face now, the dice roll.
Calm yourself, John, please.
Yeah, John is.
You are on a different planet with that comment.
Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty sure Jonathan is happy that he got the Luster here because
Oh, I see
obviously summons it from the
Palomoro.
field.
I would. Doesn't that not that great against that type of deck?
So the reason why it's good in Jonathan's deck is because he can Pendulum summon out Armageddon Knight, send Zephyros, and then bounce it as an automatic rank 4, and then he can make Palomaru and then just normal.
Right,
summon
but
it.
like the guy plays infinite trap cards. But I guess he has to pay the cost for them.
Yeah.
Right now, there's.
I think it's just kind of one of those cards that you probably just leave in, and no matter
Just
what
'cause
kind of
it's so
Pendulum mirror it
broken,
is.
yeah.
Just going first. Maybe I would definitely decide it out.
There's no traps in hand right now.
Yeah, so Oscar, I
Rewarded.
yeah, I don't really know these guys' deck list too much because they weren't in my top part of the bracket, but I think I looked over them, and I think Jonathan is actually playing like 44 cards or something like that. So
Oh, just 44?
yeah, seems to be kind of the new wave. I think Taylor Wallace played like 45.
Yeah, Taylor played 45 cards.
If you play the modern deck, you probably have to play 37.
Oh, yeah.
because-
I might just play 30.
Yeah, I was thinking actually playing 1 day apiece, but it's just really bad.
One day of peace, jeez.
It actually might be banned too. I'm not sure.
I think it's limited to one.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, Pendulum!
Yeah, 1 day. Yeah, so I instead just settled on Chicken Game because of the second survival effect, because a lot of people don't know if your life points are lower, then your opponent can't do damage to you. So, and my kind of philosophy was that if you brick, you're probably just going to lose anyways. It doesn't matter if your opponent draws another card.
So is he gonna go to Pot of Greed here?
I think he...
Or does he keep
what are
his
the two-
scales
I
away?
think he gets a Goo Turtle and a Monkey Board here, and then just draws. And then,
He hasn't normal summoned yet, has he?
no, he hasn't. Yeah, he's probably gonna make the Cherry Beast here, and maybe like it's funny. You might just make. You would probably make Infinity here, or actually, or Rafflesia.
Hey,
This
thanks
is
for
weird.
subscribing, Prophecy.
Yeah, this is a weird scenario here because as we were saying earlier, Jonathan Gomez doesn't have a Cyber Dragon Infinity in his extra deck. I think I'd rather have Rafflesia here, anyways. But
Well, he can go ahead and get Master, yeah, and overlay for it.
yeah, I was just thinking that he doesn't have another level 4 because I assume he wants to make the Cherry Beast here.
And Goo Turtle, as you
Yep,
say.
pretty pretty normal.
And Blizzard draw, Pot of Greed.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Jonathan decked in his deck a lot. That's why he used.
And we
Master
see
Pendulum
Armageddon
first.
Knight and the spell come to hand. I think that was wavering.
Oh, yeah. When you know your opponent's making nappies, it's like the worst feeling ever.
And there's Nat Beast.
So you go nappies? Yeah, yeah, sure.
With a wavering. And no traps. It's
Yeah, it's my boy.
What do you roll?
a 10.
Just a 10, huh? Are you in it too, Jesse?
Well,
Oh, here you go. Well,
9. 9s lose.
good shit. Good job, TW.
well. So Taylor Wallace has a buy for ARG Dallas. Fort Worth.
For what it's worth.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that was funny.
Okay, cool.
Summon
so,
Joker?
So
Sure.
sorry guys, back to the game. So he has a Naturi Beast and just a Ignister.
And a wavering face down.
Oh, so I don't know what Oscar plays, but if Oscar doesn't play anything like Gigabyte or Hat Tricker, which is definitely possible, this is a really good play here
Yeah,
because he won't be
there's-
able to summon another monster.
He has no traps.
Yeah, so I'm sure Jonathan knows all about his deck. Is that a Spell Shattering Arrow that I just saw?
Yes.
Wow.
It's completely dead, also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
entire...
Attack? Sure.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
so,
he sided that knowing
Yeah,
that
Jonathan.
was an option.
I think Jonathan knows his deck list. Knows he doesn't play anything that can.
And Jonathan drawing a trap.
Knock him up.
Yeah, this is if
Is that deck heavy?
if Oscar doesn't play a
Just clear his board real quick.
Gigabyte or a Hat Tricker, it's just game. I don't know. If I were him, I would just stop playing because I know there's no outs in my deck because he has no Trinities on the field. But if I were Oscar, I would play a bunch of Pendulum cards so that I could see the type of cards that Jonathan sided in because Jonathan would have to mill 2 cards on his deck. So I'd be like, play, so I can see the cards he sided
So
in.
he specials, and now he's probably going to Ignister the Skull Crobat.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
no,
is
his own
probably the
monster.
back row just to kill him.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying.
I mean, he could just use
can
his
hit the
opponent's
Skull
cards.
Crobat.
Yeah.
I don't think sitting a back row is
Yeah,
right.
why? He's using his own.
Maybe he would just wants to Pendulum summon 3 more monsters
Okay.
and not be restricted to a.
And here's normal summon
Dragon.
Armageddon Knight.
See, this game is, yeah.
Getting
Thank you.
Zephyros, and it's over.
Yeah, so
We're wasting time here.
I'm sure Jonathan. That could definitely be a reason why he left in the Cherry Beast. He knows that his opponent has no outs if he just drops a turn 1.
True.
Because if he doesn't play level 4.
So,
He does know his deck list.
Yeah.
Might have been the first thing you look for, honestly.
Yeah.
Do y'all side nap beast or do you main Palomaro? me.
Yeah, I think maybe Oscar doesn't play like a Gigabyte or a Hat Tricker, so his opponent just doesn't have an out if he drops Nat Beast. Would make sense. If I were Jonathan, I'd be siding out Palomar right now, though.
Oscar won? Oscar's in top 4?
Yeah.
Broken. Oscar's a Leia.
Do you guys side Maxi at all, Elvis?
We see the coming back in of the traps. Like it looked like he sighted out a lot of traps actually, and has put them back in because he's going first.
Oh, sorry.
Let me guess. Oscar went for game. His favorite thing to do in the world is go for game.
Yeah. So we have Oscar Zalea in the top 4 now confirmed. We have the challenge bracket. It's going to come with a link to the stream, so ignore that. The bottom link is the challenge bracket.
Who did Oscar play?
The guy that beat.
Okay.
The Kaiju one?
My backpack's are.
No, he wasn't playing that.
No, the Kaiju guy played you, right?
Yeah, so
So the guy playing CJ?
yeah. So CJ is playing Lex. Jesus is playing Brendan. And these two are playing, and Oscar finished.
I want BB to do well. He's one of my favorite duelists.
Yeah, Brendan. So I kind of have I'm from Salt Lake, and I kind of have a weird dynamic with all the people from the neighboring states. So Colorado is really close to Salt Lake, so I see him pretty often. He's stayed at my house before, and yeah, he's a really cool guy.
He's funny, man.
Yeah.
As long as you know it's there,
Alrighty, so game 3. One of these men advanced to the top 4. One of these men go home top 8.
Oscar's definitely favored here, just going first.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oscar undefeated right now. No man has brought this man to his knees.
Yeah.
The only undefeated.
Jonathan's just hoping that he just draws the bad part of his deck, like maybe a lot of counter traps without any like kind of
Set
stuff.
3 pass.
Yeah, exactly. Traps are really bad, so. Unless you're going first, then then they become good, I guess.
Yeah.
Manageable.
he called it quacking instead of quaking.
Quacking?
Quacking.
Yeah, those should definitely be out of Oscar's deck. Maybe I would have left them in for Naturia Beast if I was going second.
People asked if it was in that beast out, and yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's,
so I would have sided out those Quakings. So pretty much Oscar just puts in every
Well,
card that's
you
good
knew he
going
plays
first.
Beast, and if that's your only out, you can't side it out.
Yeah, exactly. So
I would side it out right now.
the chat's calling for draw traps and a lizard
as fast as possible. Oh, we got hate for Oscar Renderos? Nobody wants him to win?
Nah, just this guy.
Press 1 if you want Oscar Renderos to win.
Yeah, well, press 1 if you want to see counter pendulums. Press 2 if you want to see dark pendulums.
We can get a nice little
pendulum. Yeah, it's the better deck.
But at least it's not Pepe.
So
well,
one for Oscar, 2 for Jonathan.
The dark. So the reason why the dark pendulum deck that Jonathan playing is good is because
Can't do that.
That's Scott Page. No.
It's been done.
because
Hey, it's pretty even.
yeah,
And there's a lot of ones.
This is very even. All right.
So
Hey, one's kind of putting in. Yeah, but it's pretty even. Both these
Johnny, you're not
decks are
playing in
both
the
pretty
1K?
original.
you are. Yeah. Did the rounds just go?
This bum just sat next to me.
Jeez.
Johnny Nagel's here watching with us. So the reason why it sets the Dark Pendulum deck apart is it plays 3 Armageddonite, so we can tutor Zephyros to make Nightmare turn 1 in the mirror match, or should all Dragon to like pop a back row before you go off or something.
How many
like that.
viewers do we have right now? I'm keeping the stream link, the stream down on our computer in case it refreshes, and to give all the power to this.
A lot.
Like at least 7 or 8, I think. Johnny, you should know, right? You studied his deck.
Oh, is BB in the top 4?
Yeah. Well, I think he just won.
1 to 10. Oscar's trolling hard. And we opt for the pile shuffle this time instead. So he switches the shuffle so that because it reveals how he shuffled the first time, so he goes to a different shuffle. I've done that in tournament as well.
John, you are looking way too deep.
That's what he's doing.
I don't think so. I think he's just shuffling. Oh, look at that! Wow.
And now
crazy.
he went to that, but he didn't.
Weird.
I just do the
Okay.
old shuffle behind my arm and look in the other direction, personally.
I just don't think my opponents are scumbags.
But you should just. But no matter what you
Never
do,
give anyone the benefit of the doubt.
no matter what you
as a
do,
competitor.
you shouldn't just cut the deck. You should shuffle every time. What?
Yeah, I agree with that. Give it a good shot.
Yeah, give it a good shuffle.
I shuffle if you like it.
Some people like to count their opponent's deck to make
Yeah,
sure
right?
everything's okay too. I just shuffle their deck. I'm not a huge
yes,
fan of the
Jeff,
counting.
he is ridiculous. I'm not alone here. God.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
I am ridiculous. I accept it though.
Is someone calling him out for being really good? Ridiculous?
No, it's just John has some.
John's trying to go too
John has
next
some
level.
like old man crazy theories. John's like a crazy old man.
I mean, you can't be too vigilant in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess.
Yeah, all the time it would burn you out.
Hmm? No. My deck's terrible.
That's how I felt, too.
D Nasty is slurping it, though, right now.
Oh, my God. Donnell.
Donnell? Washington.
Get a Slurpee,
I know, they're taking years.
Oh, just so you guys know, there's a no time limit after top 16, which is an hour anyway.
Joker,
so
Joker,
something
Trap,
cool about ARG.
Lizard, Monkey. Well, no brick from this guy.
Oh, does he have Ariad, though?
No Ariadne. There is no Ariadne.
Guys, just so you should know, I didn't see a spell in his hand, so that Cursed Seal is actually just dead as of this moment.
Well, he's going to Pot of Greed or something.
Yeah, he's going to draw 2 cards, but like that's just something to be aware of.
And then he has a monkey board on top of it.
All right. Draw a card.
And there's a spell.
I think you drew Ariadne.
Oh,
that's
a
and
Wavering Eyes.
You draw Ariadne and Wavering
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
Are you serious?
Keep it down a little. They might be able to hear.
That was not fair.
Yeah.
You see that? That was insane.
Yeah, like the wavering itself isn't too great because you would have to keep it in hand
Yeah, look how happy he is and cheery. Yeah, I just drew the nuts. What's up?
to negate a potential spell. Wow. Jonathan's like, things don't look too good, but bear this in mind, duelist. Doesn't matter how good your setup is, your opponent could just have the counter nuts.
Your opponent's deck is very broken.
Yeah. 6 cards is a lot. Kind of looks like Jonathan.
They can't see us.
Oh,
And
Jonathan
Ogi.
just hits him with a Ghost Ogre here.
Did he really?
And, yeah.
That kind of
And-
foiled his plans.
Well,
maybe.
it looks like the Wavering is going to touch on here. Yeah. And there's a juggler
Wow,
for it.
like I said, guys, you never know what could happen, what your opponent could have. So we'll
All right,
see here.
so now his hand is
still-
Is
very
Ariad
mediocre.
a high scale?
It's a low
Okay,
scale.
now he doesn't have to pay the
It's a
cost
3.
for.
Wow.
Yeah, but now he doesn't have to pay the cost for that curse.
This
curse
is
seal.
Jonathan.
Oh, you're Joker.
I
Okay,
like
here we go.
Jonathan's position here.
If he has
a
multiple
lot.
Wavering Eyes, that is not good for the record.
So did
Unless he can make,
Oscar
like, a Diamond
choose
Dial
to
with it
hold
or
the
something.
spell to make his curse? Oh, he
No,
has.
Ariad,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
just kidding. Yeah, his Wavering Eyes is actually just in the graveyard.
I think Gomez has 2 Wavering Eyes,
Does he really?
but that's really bad.
Yeah, not in this
His-
position, but they play. He might just Diamond Dire the background
Yeah,
anyway. So.
he's gonna have to, I think.
Yeah. So Jonathan's just kind of contemplating, thinking about what worst case scenario for his opponent and what's more likely.
Summon Joker, and he's like, "Please let this
He's like-
resolve." Oh,
Instant
instant
fusion.
fusion.
Wow, this is a huge deal because he can just Diamond Dire the back row and possibly,
What force in his grave? Juggler.
yeah, possibly
Oh,
OTK
jeez.
his opponent. Yeah,
And like we said,
yeah, like we said, it
decks
doesn't.
are broken.
Yeah, so you could just draw the nuts, but your opponent could just have the counter nuts. Also, something to note of Ghost Ogre, people don't really play around like their monkey board being negated turn 1, so that's why it could be really good potentially. Yeah.
Hey, and thanks for subscribing, 8033.
Jonathan looks a lot happier now than in the first game. Look at him.
Yeah, he looks
literally the exact
He's
same.
like, I am winning this game now.
Life
yeah.
has been brought back into this man. And this would take out the undefeated.
God, what a hand!
Oscar
They
pretty
both
much just
drew
has to
insane.
negate this.
Oh,
So. Actually, I don't like the play here because
Neither
you can
do I.
just hope he makes a rank 4 that isn't Diamond Dire on your back row. But
it's unlikely.
yeah,
Though,
yeah,
at this level
but
of
it's
play.
more than
Yeah.
more than the 0% chance he made it, I guess. I think if he has Sorcerer already, I'm fairly certain this is just game. Okay.
And there's
Oh,
Wavering.
jeez.
Oh wow,
We're going for game.
this is
For
game.
4.
Yeah,
We're going for game.
Gomi. Yeah, I'm back. For those of you that know, you actually have to resolve Wavering Eyes in the appropriate effects. So he would take 500 first. You search. You
I thought it was
banish, and then
4,
you
3,
add
2,
1.
1.
I think I think you go
No,
from
it goes. He's correct. 500 first.
Oh,
not that it's relevant, just
Yeah.
so this is definitely game.
and this duel is done.
Yeah. I bet Oscar thought he was gonna win, but that just shows you it doesn't matter how well you draw. If your opponent draws the counter nuts, doesn't matter. I think Jonathan actually might have had the perfect 6 cards like we were talking about.
What is going on?
I don't know why. Oh, he gets to search for a counter trap because
Yeah,
that card was
there you go.
destroyed. Cool.
But he's like looking at the plush. Oh, see if it's mandatory.
Maybe he's
They're
trying
both
to,
optional, right?
Maybe he's just trying to do something take really long, so maybe Jonathan forgets about his plush fire
Yeah.
after he searches.
They're just plush has to be chain link 1 because he's turn player.
Uh,
So now
oh,
he's
I understand.
plushing.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
Yeah, and
I don't know if Jonathan plays Trick Clown. Probably not.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah, this is not too good.
Yeah, there's a board.
He's just gonna pendulum summon 5 monsters to attack with all.
That's all? Just 5?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pendulum 3.
Well, there's only going to be 3.
Pendulum
pendulums. I was trying to go with you at the same time.
Yeah, so
Oh, pendulum.
He's still holding it.
that instant fusion was really good.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
He had a
Pendulum.
his aim was insane.
Yeah,
It was like
Ghost-
a 5-card combo.
Oh, only
yeah.
2.
Huh? He hasn't used it yet.
You're talking about Oscar? He attempted to chain it to Ghost Ogre and then, but
He
yeah,
got juggler, yeah.
yeah,
We call that a 5-card combo.
yeah. 6 now.
This game.
And there's the scoop.
So I'm sure everybody
Jeez.
else in Top Cut is breathing a sigh of relief that Oscar is no longer going first for the rest of the
Did
tournament.
he search Wavering Eyes and he had another Wavering Eyes after that? That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Unneeded, but jeez. All right, well, I'm going to hop up. It's been a pleasure, duelists.
Later, Scott.
I got to go talk to Oscar,
Great
who's
having
now
you.
in top 4.
Scott's tagging out. I
Yeah,
guess
Scott's going from commentator to railing.
Yes.
And he's going to cheer
Yeah.
on his buddy.
I guess I'll stay here with John.